You see, the mind is not just a place for thoughts, it's the factory of your future. Every dream you've ever had was first born here, inside your head. But here's the tragedy. Most people stop right there. They think, but they don't truly want. And they want, but they don't truly act. If you learn how to align your thoughts, your desires, and your actions, nothing, and I mean nothing, can stop you. So today, let's explore this beautiful journey together, how to think it, want it, and get it. Every creation begins twice, once in your mind and once in the world. But most people only live the first half of that truth. They dream, but they don't build. They imagine, but they never as manifest. You see, every building you've ever walked into, every song you've ever heard, every invention that has changed your life, began as a tiny spark in someone's mind. Before the airplane ever flew, it was flying in the imagination of the Wright brothers. Before the light bulb ever lit a room, it was glowing in the vision of Thomas Edison. Before a person ever transforms their life, the transformation begins in their rev thinking. That's the power of the mind. It is not just a place where random thoughts appear. It's a factory that designs your future. Whatever you think repeatedly becomes your internal blueprint. And that blueprint silently guides your emotions, your habits, your decisions, and eventually your destiny. But here's the thing, most people underestimate this process. They think thoughts are harmless, like passing clouds. But thoughts are not just clouds, they are seeds. Every single one grows into something, maybe a flower, maybe a thorn. What you allow to live in your mind eventually takes form in your life. If you constantly think, I can't, then your actions will quietly start agreeing with that thought. If you constantly think, I'm not enough, your energy will shrink to match that belief. But when you fill your mind with thoughts of possibility, courage, and purpose, your outer world begins to bend toward that vision. Clarity is the mother of creation. If your inner picture is blurry, your outer results will be messy. It's like trying to build a house without a clear plan. No matter how many bricks you use, the structure will collapse. In the same way, if you don't have a clear mental image of what you truly want, your efforts will scatter, your motivation will fade, and you'll feel lost even while working hard. So before you run, sit. Before you act, think. Before you build, as visualize. Because your mind paints the picture that your life later colors in. Think about it. If the seed is strong, the tree will be strong. If the vision is detailed, the outcome will be powerful. And if the thought is pure, the result will be purposeful. So the question isn't, can you create your dream life? The question is, have you built it here in your mind first? If not, that's where you begin. Because once the creation is born inside you, the world outside has no choice but to follow. Think it, believe it, and the process of creation begins right there. Desire is the fire that fuels action. Without desire, even the most brilliant idea will die a silent death. You can have the perfect plan, the clearest vision, and the most beautiful dream. But if there's no burning passion behind it, nothing will ever move. It's like owning a car with a powerful engine, but no fuel in the tank. It looks ready, but it won't take you anywhere. Every great achievement in human history has been powered by one thing: a deep, emotional desire, not just a wish, not a casual interest, but an inner fire so strong that giving up feels impossible. When you truly want something, every cell in your body begins to move in that direction. You wake up earlier, you stay up later, you think, breathe, and act with intensity. Desire changes the way you walk, the way you talk, even the way you see the world. The truth is, desire is not just an emotion, it's energy. It is a frequency your mind emits into the world. And that energy attracts circumstances, people, and opportunities aligned with what you truly want. You've probably noticed it in your own life. When you deeply want something, you start noticing signs, connections, and chances that weren't visible before. That's not luck, that's your focus shaping your reality. But here's the challenge. Many people think they want something, when in reality they just wish for it. A wish is weak, it fades when comfort calls. A desire is powerful, it survives discomfort. A wish says, that would be nice if. Desire says, I must, I will. A wish depends on luck, desire depends on will. If your desire is strong enough, you will find a way through every obstacle. But if your desire is weak, every obstacle will find a way through you. That's why success doesn't belong to the smartest people. It belongs to the ones who I wanted the most. The ones who are hungry. The ones who are willing to suffer, sacrifice, and stay committed when others quit. Desire is what keeps you standing when life knocks you down. It's what whispers, try again, when your mind screams, it's over. It's what makes ordinary people do extraordinary things. When you deeply want something, pain becomes tolerable, failure becomes a lesson, and time becomes your ally. But there's a beautiful secret about desire. It grows when you feed it with purpose. If your desire is only about you, it burns out fast. But when your desire is tied to something bigger, when it's about helping, creating, serving, uplifting, it becomes unstoppable. A selfish desire burns like paper. A purposeful desire burns like the sun. So ask yourself, what do you truly want? Not what society told you to want. Not what your friends or family expect. What do you truly crave from your soul? When you find that answer, protect it. Nurture it. Feed it every single day with your thoughts, your emotions, your discipline, and your action. Because desire is not something you find once. It's something you build daily. It's the spark that becomes a flame when you visualize your dream. It's the flame that becomes a fire when you take the first step. And it's the fire that becomes a storm when you refuse to quit. So don't let your desire fade with time. Let it grow with faith. Let it drive your actions, shape your days, and define your destiny. Because when your desire burns brighter than your fear, nothing, absolutely nothing, can stop you. Remember, your dream is waiting for you, but it's waiting to see how badly you want it. Think it, want it, get it, and let your desire be the fire that fuels your journey. You don't attract what you want, you attract what you are. That's one of life's most powerful truths, yet most people completely miss it. They spend years chasing relationships, opportunities, success, and peace, without realizing that all these things are drawn not to their wishes, but to their as vibration. And every thought you think, every emotion you feel, every action you take sends out a frequency. A signal that tells the universe who you are at this very moment. And that signal attracts people, events, and outcomes that match your inner state. It's not magic, it's alignment. Think about it. Have you ever noticed how some people seem to attract positivity, kindness, and success wherever they go? It's not because life loves them more. It's because they carry an energy that resonates with those very things. They are what they seek. They radiate what they wish to receive. And then there are others who seem to find themselves surrounded by negativity, gossip, and chaos, no matter where they go. That too isn't luck or fate. It's the mirror of their inner world. Because the truth is, Your outer world is a reflection of your inner vibration. The world doesn't respond to your words, it responds to yours energy. When you think thoughts of love, kindness, faith, and abundance, you start to live in that frequency. And people who vibrate at that same level are naturally drawn to you. But when your mind is filled with fear, doubt, jealousy, or resentment, you send out signals of scarcity and insecurity. And those very experiences keep showing up again and again. You see, the law of attraction isn't about sitting in a corner, visualizing a luxury car, and waiting for it to appear in your driveway. It's about becoming the kind of person who deserves and as matches that dream. If you want love, become love. If you want respect, give respect. If you want success, carry the energy of purpose and discipline. You cannot attract light while standing in darkness. Let me share a simple truth: people can and feel you before they even know you. You don't have to say a word. Your energy speaks first. Have you ever met someone who made you feel calm and safe without saying much? That's their inner peace, speaking louder than their personality. And have you ever met someone who drains your energy just by being around? That's their inner chaos leaking into the space around them. So if you want to change what you attract, start by changing what you emit. Your life is like a magnet. It doesn't pull what you wish for, it pulls what you vibrate. Surround yourself with positivity, but also become positivity. Speak kindly, but also think kindly. Love deeply, but also believe deeply. Your tribe, your environment, your opportunities, all of these are mirrors of your state of being. When you raise your inner vibration, you automatically change the people and circumstances around you. It's not effort, it's resonance. Here's the beauty of it. You don't have to chase anymore. You simply have to have become. Become the kind of person your dreams are searching for. Become the energy your goals recognize. Become the peace your future wants to stand next to. And the right people will find you. The right opportunities will appear. Because when you are aligned within, life aligns around you. So if your life feels stuck right now, don't fight the world outside, fix the world inside. Clean your thoughts, heal your emotions, strengthen your faith, live with gratitude. And slowly, you notice the people who once drained you will fade away, and those who uplift you will begin to appear. That's not coincidence. That's attraction. So don't just wish for a better world. Vibrate at the level of the world you want to live in. Because in the end, you don't get what you dream of, you get what you are. Think it, want it, become it. And then you'll attract it effortlessly. Action turns imagination into reality. Without action, even the most beautiful dream is just a fantasy floating in your mind, bright, inspiring, but powerless. You can think all day, visualize all night, talk endlessly about your goals, but unless you move, nothing changes. Because life doesn't reward as intention, it rewards execution. Think of your mind as the architect and your body as the builder. The architect can draw a masterpiece, but if the builder never picks up a brick, the plan stays on paper forever. In the same way, your imagination gives you the Earth's blueprint, but action gives it existence. For every person who has achieved something great didn't just dream. They did. They took that first shaky step, not knowing if it would work. They failed, they adjusted, and they moved again. Because action is not about perfection, it's about momentum. You learn more by doing than by thinking about doing. We often wait for the perfect time, the perfect plan, the perfect mood. But here's the truth, there is no perfect moment. There's only now. Waiting for everything to align is just fear dressed as patience. You can't think your way into success, you must act your way into it. Action is where belief becomes real. When you take that first step, something incredible happens, your confidence grows. You begin to feel capable. You begin to see that progress isn't about massive leaps, it's about small, consistent steps taken every single day. Let's be honest, everyone has dreams, but only a few turn them into reality. Why? Because dreaming feels safe, acting feels risky, thinking gives you comfort, doing gives you growth, and growth always requires some discomfort. When you start taking action, life responds. Doors that seemed closed begin to open. People you never expected to meet cross your path. Opportunities appear from nowhere. Not because of luck, but because you moved. Action sends a message to the universe that says, I'm serious. And the universe answers that seriousness with results. Even small actions count. Never underestimate the power of a single step. Reading 1 page a day builds wisdom. Exercising 10 minutes a day builds strength. Speaking kindly once a day builds character. Every small action compounds into something great over time. Consistency, not intensity, shapes destiny. But here's where many people go wrong. They act once, fail once, and then quit. They mistake temporary failure for permanent defeat. But failure is not the end of action, it's the education of action. Every mistake teaches you something your imagination never could. Every setback refines your direction. Action turns confusion into clarity. Imagine this: a sailor can't steer a ship that's not moving. Similarly, life can't guide someone who's standing still. You need to move, even if you're unsure, even if the path isn't clear. The moment you act, life begins to correct your course. You'll learn where to go only after you start going. Action also creates emotion. Many people say, I'll act when I feel motivated. But motivation doesn't create action. Action creates motivation. When you start doing, your energy rises. When you start seeing progress, even small progress, your passion reignites. And that's how momentum is built, one action at a time. Don't let fear hold you back. Fear will always whisper, what if you fail? But action answers, what if I succeed? Fear loses its power when you move through it. Courage is not the absence of fear. It's movement in spite of fear. And here's the spiritual truth: when you act, you honor your gift. You show gratitude to life by using what you've been given. Thinking about your talent doesn't grow it, using it does. Talking about your dream doesn't make it real, living it does. So act boldly, even if your steps are small. Write that first page, make that first call, learn that first skill. You may not see results instantly, but every action plants a seed that will bloom in time. Remember, the bridge between imagination and manifestation is not hope, it's action. You can think it, you can want it, but to get it, you must move. Don't wait for motivation. Don't wait for certainty. Don't wait for someone to believe in you. Just start. Start now. Because when you take that first step, you begin to turn invisible dreams into visible reality. And one day, you'll look back and realize every great thing in your life began not with a perfect plan, but with one simple decision to act, so think it, want it. But most importantly, do it. Because dreams are built, not imagined. Discipline is the bridge between want and get. It's the silent force that turns your desires into achievements. You can think all day, you can feel deeply motivated, and you can visualize the most beautiful life. But without discipline, your dream remains trapped in your imagination. Desire gives you the spark, but discipline keeps the flame alive when the excitement fades. and it will fade. Motivation is temporary, it's emotional. It comes when things are new, exciting, and easy. But discipline is what keeps you moving when everything gets hard, when no one is watching, and when your mind starts whispering, maybe later. The truth is, everyone wants success, peace, health, or love, but only a few are willing to show up every single day to earn it. That's the difference between wishing and working, between wanting and winning, between dreaming and doing. Discipline is not punishment. It's a form of self-respect. It's saying, I value my goals enough to show up for them. It's the daily promise you make to yourself, and the strength to keep it even when your mood changes. Because moods are inconsistent, but purpose must be constant. Look at any great person in history, every artist, athlete, monk, leader, or innovator. They all share one common trait: consistency. They didn't wait to feel inspired to act. They acted until they felt inspired again. They understood that success isn't about intensity for one day. It's about persistence every day. Let's be honest, discipline is not glamorous. It doesn't give you instant results. It's waking up early when your bed feels like heaven. It's saying no to distractions when everyone else is saying yes. It's choosing progress over pleasure, growth over comfort. And that's what makes it powerful, because it's rare. When you train yourself to be disciplined, you develop a strength that goes beyond goals. You build character. You build self-trust. You stop needing motivation because you've built momentum. You stop waiting for the right time because you become the right time. Discipline turns chaos into structure. It gives direction to your energy. Without it, your passion is scattered. You try everything, but nothing sticks. But when you apply discipline, even small efforts become meaningful. Like drops of water filling a bucket, consistency builds greatness. Discipline is also deeply spiritual. It's not just about control, it's about alignment. When you're disciplined, you're not fighting against your impulses. You're training them to serve your purpose. You become the master of your mind instead of its prisoner. You start saying, my emotions don't control me. My values do. And yes, discipline requires sacrifice. You'll have to give up comfort, laziness, and sometimes even the approval of others. But every sacrifice is an investment. The pain of discipline is temporary, but the pain of regret lasts forever. You can either suffer for a few minutes every day while you grow, or suffer for years wishing you had started. The truth is, discipline doesn't take away your freedom. It gives you freedom. Freedom from addiction, freedom from distraction, freedom from procrastination. Because when you're disciplined, you no longer depend on fleeting motivation or external validation. You know what needs to be done, and you do it. Imagine your dream like a mountain. Desire shows you the peak, the beautiful view at the top. But discipline is the climb. Every step you take, no matter how small, brings you closer. Some days you'll feel like flying, other days you'll barely move. But as long as you keep climbing, you're still progressing. People often overestimate what they can do in a day, but underestimate what they can achieve with small, disciplined effort over a year. 1 hour of focus every day, done consistently, is more powerful than bursts of effort followed by weeks of rest. Success is not about speed, it's about stability. And here's the beautiful irony: the more disciplined you become, the easier life gets. Your body, your mind, your habits, they start working with you, not against you. You stop wasting energy deciding what to do, because discipline creates rhythm. It becomes part of who you are. So when people ask, How do I get what I want? The answer isn't always motivation, luck, or talent. It's this: build discipline. Wake up when you said you would. Work when it's hard. Stay humble when it's easy. Keep your word even when no one else is checking. Because in the end, discipline is love. Love for your goals, love for your growth, love for your future self. And that love builds bridges over every excuse, every fear, and every obstacle between you and your dreams. So yes, think it. Yes, want it. But if you truly wish to get it, then make discipline your daily devotion. Because dreams belong to those who dare to desire. But destiny belongs to those who stay disciplined. Doubt is the thief of manifestation. It sneaks into your mind quietly, like a shadow, soft, subtle, and convincing. It doesn't shout, it whispers. It doesn't destroy in an instant, it erodes slowly. And before you know it, your dream, your confidence, your spark, all begin to fade, not because you weren't capable, but because you stopped believing. Every great creation, every invention, every success story in this world began with faith. Someone believed before there was any proof. But doubt does the opposite. It demands proof before belief. It says, show me the result, then I'll trust the process. And that's where it wins, because creation doesn't work that way. The universe doesn't give evidence first, it does opportunity to those who act in faith. You see, the moment you doubt yourself, you disconnect from your own power. Doubt is like a virus in the mind. It doesn't destroy instantly, but it weakens everything slowly. It makes you question your worth, your talent, your timing, even your purpose. It turns your dreams into maybe, your plans into someday, and your confidence into what if I fail? But here's the truth. Failure doesn't kill dreams, doubt does. Because failure is feedback, it teaches, it refines, it strengthens. But doubt, it paralyzes, it keeps you from even trying. It convinces you that the dream isn't for you, that others can, but you can't, that maybe you're too late, too inexperienced, too ordinary. And yet history is full of people who refuse to listen to doubt. When Edison was told 1,000 times that couldn't come from a filament, he said, I haven't failed 1,000 times. I found 1,000 ways that don't work. When J.K. Rowling's manuscript was rejected by 12 publishers, she didn't stop believing in her story. When Walt Disney was told he lacked imagination, he still built a world that generations would one day believe in. What made them different wasn't luck, it was faith. They chose to believe, even when doubt screamed louder than hope. You see, faith and doubt cannot live in the same house. One must leave for the other to thrive. Every time you choose to believe, even a little more than you doubt, you strengthen your connection with your potential. And every time you feed your doubt with overthinking, with fear, with comparison, you weaken that connection. So, how does doubt take hold? It begins small. It starts as a question. What if I'm not ready? What if I fail? What if people laugh? And those what ifs grow roots. They turn into hesitation, procrastination, and self-sabotage. Suddenly, you find yourself busy but not productive, active but not advancing. Because when doubt enters, it doesn't just block your mind, it freezes your action. But here's the beauty. The same mind that creates doubt also creates faith. The same voice that says, what if it doesn't work? Can be trained to say, what if it does? You are the one who chooses which voice to amplify. Faith doesn't mean you'll never feel doubt. It means you'll act despite it. It means you'll keep walking even when the path is foggy. It means you'll trust that something inside you, your intuition, your vision, your heart, knows the way even when your eyes can't see it yet. You see, the bridge between thinking and getting is not built by skill or luck. It's built by belief. Doubt builds walls. Faith builds bridges. One keeps you trapped, the other moves you forward. If you plant a seed and dig it up every day to check if it's growing, it will never grow. The same is true for your dreams. You can't plant a thought and then dig it up daily with worry, fear, and second guessing. Give it time. Give it trust. Give it faith. Faith says, I don't see it yet, but I know it's coming. Faith says, even if it takes longer, it's still mine. Faith says, I was given this dream for a reason, and that reason is bigger than my fear. Doubt is like clouds, temporary, always moving. But faith is like the sun. Even when hidden, it's still there. It doesn't disappear. It just waits for you to rise above the fog. So when you feel doubt creeping in, stop feeding it with fear. Feed your faith instead. Replace, what if it doesn't work, with, what if it changes my life? Replace, I can't, with, I'm learning. Replace, it's impossible, with, it's on the way. And when you start acting from that mindset, you begin to magnetize opportunities, clarity, and confidence. Because belief is not just mental, it's energetic. When you believe, your energy changes. Your tone changes. Your posture changes. Your actions become stronger, more intentional, more powerful. The universe responds to that kind of energy. People respond to that kind of certainty. Life itself opens doors to those who dare to believe before they see. So don't let doubt steal your destiny. Don't let it talk you out of what your soul knows is possible. Doubt kills more dreams than failure ever will. Don't let it kill yours. When the voice of doubt grows louder, silence it with action. When fear rises, answer it with faith. And when your mind says, you can't, let your heart whisper, watch me. Because the moment you replace doubt with belief, your dream stops being a possibility and starts becoming a promise. Think it, want it, believe it, and watch the universe move mountains to help you get it. Gratitude amplifies attraction. It is the secret multiplier of miracles. It's not just about saying, thank you. It's about feeling, thank you, deep in your soul, until it becomes the very vibration of your being. Because when you truly live in gratitude, you shift your frequency from a lack to abundance. You stop focusing on what's missing and start celebrating what's already present. And that single shift changes everything. You see, most people are chasing happiness, success, peace, love, all while feeling empty, ungrateful, and incomplete. They keep telling themselves, I'll be thankful when I get the promotion, when I find the right person, when my life looks the way I want it to. But that's not how the universe works. Gratitude is not the result of blessings, it's the as cause of them. The more thankful you are for what you already have, the more life gives you to be thankful for. It's like tuning into a radio station. Gratitude is the frequency of abundance. When you're tuned in, you naturally start receiving more signals, more opportunities, and more moments that match that frequency. But when you live in complaint, frustration, or envy, you're tuning into scarcity. And even if something good comes your way, you won't see it because your mind is not aligned with it. Think about it. How can you expect more if you're not grateful for what you already have? Imagine giving a gift to someone who never appreciates it. Would you feel inspired to give again? The universe works the same way. When you acknowledge every small blessing, It feels your appreciation and responds with more. When you ignore what's already good, it assumes you're not ready for more. Gratitude is not about ignoring pain or pretending life is perfect. It's about finding there's light even in the darkest moments. It's about saying, yes, life is tough, but I still have reasons to smile. It's looking at what remains, not what's missing. Because even when everything seems to fall apart, gratitude helps you see that not everything is lost. When you practice gratitude, you train your mind to notice beauty. The warmth of sunlight, the laughter of a friend, the taste of your favorite meal, the fact that you woke up to a new day. These moments seem small, but when you start valuing them, your life begins to overflow with joy, because happiness is not found in Ev's more things. It's found in more awareness of the things you already have. And here's something powerful. Gratitude not only changes how you feel, it changes how you are attract. When you're grateful, your energy becomes magnetic. People feel good around you. Opportunities find you. Life flows with you. Because you're no longer resisting what is. You're flowing with it. Have you ever noticed that when you complain, more problems seem to appear? And when you're thankful, more blessings seem to come? That's not coincidence. That's energy. Whatever you focus on expands. When you focus on problems, they multiply. When you focus on blessings, they multiply. Gratitude is the art of multiplication. It doubles everything you appreciate. The greatest people on earth, the truly happy, fulfilled ones, are not those who have everything. They are those who appreciate everything. Gratitude turns ordinary days into celebrations, simple meals into feasts, and strangers into friends. It makes you rich even without money. But to experience the full power of gratitude, you must feel it, not just think it. Saying thank you mechanically doesn't shift your vibration. Feeling thank you deeply, with presence and emotion, changes your energy completely. Close your eyes for a moment and think of something, anything that makes your heart warm. Maybe your health, your family, your ability to read these words, the lessons you've learned. Feel it. That warmth inside you, that's gratitude, that's abundance. And here's the most beautiful part. Gratitude and fear cannot exist together. When you're grateful, fear dissolves. When you're thankful, worry weakens. Because gratitude brings you into the present, and in the present, there's no fear, only peace. When you start your day with gratitude, your mind becomes lighter. When you end your day with gratitude, your sleep becomes deeper. It's the simplest, most powerful ritual you can practice. And it costs nothing. Every time you feel lost, anxious, or disheartened, pause and list 3 things you're grateful for. They don't have to be big. I'm grateful for my breath. I'm grateful for this cup of tea. I'm grateful for another chance to try again. Do that daily, and you'll start seeing how miracles multiply around you. And gratitude isn't just for the good moments. The greatest strength lies in being thankful even for your struggles. Because pain often hides wisdom. Rejection redirects you to something better. Delays protect you from disasters. Gratitude for the hard moments turns your wounds into wisdom and your pain into power. So, when you practice gratitude, you're not denying life's challenges. You're transforming them. You're saying, I may not understand it yet, but I trust that this too is shaping me. That level of gratitude attracts not just success, but peace. Remember, your life is not measured by what you own, but by what you appreciate. And the more you appreciate, the richer your life becomes. So, if you want to attract love, Be grateful for the love you already have. If you want more abundance, be thankful for what's already flowing your way. If you want peace, start by being grateful for this very moment exactly as it is. Because gratitude doesn't just make things better, it makes you better. It changes your energy, your perspective, your entire vibration. And once your vibration changes, everything else follows. So stop waiting for the big blessings to be thankful for. Start being thankful and watch the big blessings find you. Think it, want it, thank it, and then get ready, because gratitude turns your dreams into magnets and your life into a miracle.